Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. We have finished the Scandinavian scenarios in the ahistorical campaign, so let's go to the next conference. And we can see here, this is pretty bad actually. But let's take a look. So we have over here, we can see that Sweden and Norway are now under our control. And Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria are joining us as well. Now we could go for the historical track again. You could technically do that. So then, you'll still go to Yugoslavia, Greece, and afterwards go to Crete. But obviously we are going to invade Britain. And these will be dropped and we'll get these 3 new scenarios. Obviously I will be doing that. So since... I can't really stock up on any good assets here. I mean, getting another Deutschland naval bombardment seems okay. Well, I actually think that at this stage, getting... Like, I can get rid of this, maybe get these, and then get an OKH. I guess this might help me later on in this campaign, so it might be somewhat worth it. Let's take a look at Northern Europe then, because we're having Army Group A and afterward Panzergruppe Kleist. So mostly Army Group A. Let's reinforce that. Let's get some assault crossing and also pontoon bridges. We have a lot of prestige, so I do think that'll be worth checking those kind of things. I don't need motor pool. And suppressive fire for Panzergruppe Kleist is also not too useful, but I'll get this to 12. And I'll also put this to active intel. That eventually might be useful here. I don't need to rearguard counterattack that much in this campaign. Yeah, I don't really need level 3 force pool either. I could just save the prestige to elite upgrade my units. I think that might be a lot better. So let's end the conference and start with Operation Seelöwe. It's August the 2nd, 1940. During the evacuations from Norway and France, the British home fleet has suffered catastrophic losses at the hands of the Luftwaffe and roaming U-boats. The Kriegsmarine, fully intact and augmented by captured Swedish vessels, can secure a small portion of the English Channel, at least until Royal Navy reinforcements from the Mediterranean arrive. This will be the first attempt at a channel crossing in hundreds of years. So this is the famous 1940 Operation Sea Lion scenario that almost should be present in all of these kind of games. I mean, come on. We all know that Sealion is... that already does not look great though. Anyway, your main task is to secure a front line along the river Medway. Once achieved, hold it against any British counterattacks. OKM estimates that you have approximately a 1-week window during which we can keep the Royal Navy at bay. After this, the British naval reinforcements will put your supply lines at risk of being severed. It's already 40%. The Luftwaffe will be fully engaged in suppressing RAF airfields and maintaining fighter cover over the channel, so expect only limited direct support. In order to ensure success in the upcoming operation, OKW has reinforced the following units: 7th Infantry, 17th, 256th, 28th, 8th, and 26th Infantry. There are HQs available and some reinforcements as well. We have to capture Brighton turn 4, Chatham turn 4, River Medway turn 4. We have to preserve our forces, take Dover and Hastings. And then we have no chance at getting support through the rail, so 100%, so to say. I guess actually though, Brighton is probably a good starting point. 7 to... No thanks. Wow, okay, there's something wrong with my vision and stuff, or that was weird. They could technically land on Brighton. This looks pretty good, supposedly, but then they only have a 50% retreat. So not so good in reality. 8-1, huh? What is this? Tauchpanzer 3. I believe that's like a diving tank. Because Tauch also looks like diving. I could already cash in one of the Deutschland bombardments, but I cannot use it this turn anyway. So there doesn't really seem to be a very big reason to do that. So, I think that if I attack at Hastings... Jeez. They don't actually need to retreat, but this makes it a 90% retreat chance. Take Brighton, finish them off. I should be... Yeah, let's cash this in so we can take the rewardable blitz, which I'll also cash in immediately, because that will allow me to... Let's see. Because currently... No, I don't need to do it, because either way my supplies in those areas will be bad. Chatham and the River Medway are both turn 4. So obviously they will have a unit there. They get a rail supply through there. Well, I can cut them off from Dover then. And I'm not gonna attack at that stage, so I'll just land. And at least they will not get any reinforcements then. So that will be beneficial. We'll see how it goes. They'll probably get a bunch of units immediately stacked up there. Yeah, so we can deploy the HQ. And unfortunately that doesn't allow me to dump units in there. But it does mean that I might be able to actually also resupply some units through that way. These are turn 2 reinforcements, so I'll have to make do with this for now. Alright. Yeah, most of them are still out of supply anyway. Dover should be my first priority, but let's actually see where the reinforcements will be going to. Okay. So they... Like, this is a very powerful unit. Very dangerous unit as well. You can now be resupplied, at least through this fashion. Let's use this here. Especially since they cannot reinforce the unit at Dover, that makes it a bit easier overall. Okay, I also need to get to Chatham, where they also have a relatively powerful unit. I can only deploy the 26th there. Okay. Let's get rid of those tanks, and I do think that this will help. The main priority is to not get units right next to one of their artillery guys, I think. Like, for example, here. I would expect to find that especially dangerous. Let's make sure they lose another step. Ooh. So 28th can also be deployed there. Quite good. I have to pretty much only get a very small beachhead, and I don't really need to be very aggressive. I'll try to dig in units like the 17th Infantry as well. For now, I think... doing things like this is probably the best case scenario for me. They actually don't have that many units, but sure. I would like to get the 50% supply there. Okay, so they do have a heavy armor there now. I will have to be careful with that. That could be potentially dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. Third turn. No ability to use set pierce because they don't have artillery. Luckily I have that ability to attack at Chatham. Okay. I mean, it's unfortunate that, at least for these turns, I am unable to repair my units, but... or, to resupply them. But... I think taking these objectives is very important. Also, I cannot dig them in at this point, which is also cause for concern. Still... let's pull you back one hex. Deploy the 26th. And let's actually see what happens if I cash in the OKW replacements right now. Could I... no, so actually that doesn't work right now. There might be a reason for that, I'm sure, but... okay. Maybe I didn't need to cash in those trucks. Well, let's see what happens. We do have all of our objectives, and it would allow me to preserve the forces as well. So the question then is, how badly do I want to continue with the scenario, since we do have the objectives? But I think we can, and I think we might actually get some benefits from it too. I actually think many of the AI's units are pretty weak here. How... I did not cash this in though, so it's very weird that it says this. I understand many of these attacks are pretty dangerous as well, but I'm just looking for a few more points here. No, it's pretty greedy, but also my units will level up from it, so this is looking pretty secure. Many of my units are back in good supply. Huh, okay, they were rear guard. Fine. I can pretty much quit whenever I want. That's pretty bad for them if they'll be out of supply for a second turn. Which makes it, I guess, easier to put my units right there as well. Maybe I can push the AI a little bit. And as it is, oh no. Oof, okay. Every turn I basically have to question myself, do I want to continue this? And yeah, I think I do. Also, because only one, huh? This is pretty interesting. So attacking them, I think, has a priority still. What would they lose? A regular infantry. Their rear guard too. I don't know how many reinforcements they have, but I think for me, this is still looking pretty good. And I do have points. I don't think their attack across the river would do a whole lot. And they only have one unit. Oh, they're back in supply. That's potentially dangerous. Let's actually end it here. I think we've done enough actually. Yeah, let's end the scenario. Gotten all the objectives. Just try to get a little bit of a higher score there by dealing a few more damage points. Did work out quite well. And that was it. Actually a relatively easy mission, that. So I don't want to say it was a disappointment, but it was not hard at all. Either way, that's wrapping things up in Seelöwe. We'll be going for the Battle of Britain next. I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.